peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Solomon Acevedo. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm the Deputy Public Advocate for Justice, Health, Equity, and Safety. And I'm here on behalf of the Public Advocate, Jumani D. Williams, who could not be here this morning, but who has long been an advocate for closing Rikers Island, for ending the torture in New York City jails, and most recently, to put New York City jails under the control of a federal receiver through a resolution, Resol number 669, for those who are out listening, and for council members who want to sign on, because we've lost faith in the Department of Corrections. And who hasn't? For anybody who was had the opportunity to read the Federal Monitor's latest report, can I get a hand raise for the people who read the report?
I did. 288 pages.
If you haven't seen it, if you haven't read it, please do, because everything you need to know about what's happening and what's malfunctioning within our Department of Corrections is right there before us. Violence has increased by double since the beginning of the Monitor's observation of Rikers Island. Is that right?
That ain't right.
How could it be the case that once under supervision of doing the right thing, you do the wrong thing more and more and more? And what's worse about this report is it's very clear from the Monitor's retelling of what's happening is that the staff has lost the ability to care. That's literally what the report is communicating to people publicly. They've lost the ability to care. Much of the violence and the damage that's done both to incarcerated people and people who work on the island is being done because of simple negligence. The inability to close a gate, the inability to give someone water, the inability to take someone to their medical appointment. And there's a resentment that has bred in the culture of the department, whereas people who are working on Rikers Island feel like they need to unnecessarily be cruel to people who are incarcerated, people who have not yet been convicted of a crime, because please remember that 90% of the people on Rikers are being detained have not yet been convicted.
Right.
There should be no reason for people to be treated this way, and it goes against logic, because when people are engaged in programming, when people are given a speedy trial date, when people are given access to things like a law library and commissary, they can have the ability to cope while they await trial. But when you take away those things, we create an inhumane environment. And that is why Rikers is what it is. That is why we need to shut it down, because there's no way forward on Rikers Island.
Other people are in their life protecting them and enabling them.
Let's not forget about Horizons and Crossroads, because at Horizons you got kids who are being locked up in a room for 8 hours without receiving any kind of educational support. Is that right?
No. Right.
These are the reasons why we as elected officials and those who represent them have to move in a manner of urgency. Right now in City Council we have Intro 549 to end solitary confinement in New York City jails. We need our council members to really put pressure on our department to comply with the demands and the outlines that we have in the system that will be bringing humane treatment to people who are incarcerated awaiting trial. We have resolution number 669 to bring about a federal receiver to New York City jails that will actually disrupt the culture, disrupt the contract that has enabled this culture to fester and become poisonous and toxic to people who are detained on Rikers Island and those who are working on Rikers Island. And let me not let this fact slip away that most corrections officers do make six-figure salaries. We're not talking about underpaid people who have limited resources to do their job. We're talking about individuals who consistently beat people on the head, consistently deprive people of basic human needs, food, showers. This cannot go down in our city. We need to act now. Everyone who's standing here has a council member, and we need to get on the phone. We need to flood their email boxes with the demands that we have now, because we can't wait for another deadly summer to take place. Do you feel how hot it is right now? Just imagine what it's like in RDC when you've been locked down for 23 straight hours. You cannot imagine. We got young people, people who are living with terminal illnesses, who have yet to be able to just talk to a loved one. We know what to do. So what do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! If we don't get it, shut it down! If we don't get it, shut it down! If we don't get it, shut it down!